For nowadays, smart technology also includes the blockchain technology. A blockchain is the modern decentralized system of the data transfer registration. The blockchain was emerged to solve a problem of how can we organize some business process if we don't have a centralized certified element that we all have to trust. So in this case, we have a lot of computers that would like to send and receive data to each other, and for example, it can be a document, and they would like to make a proof that one computer have sent this document to another and another computer have received this document, and no one can compromise this transfer of documents or money. And now you can see a lot of financial approaches to the blockchain technology, and you can see like the electronic money like bitcoins, litecoins, and many other elements that are now popular and make it possible to transfer money from one participant to another participant without any need of a bank or any element that may reside between them to grant the facility of sending the data from one participant to another. And how does it work? The blockchain technology is able to work according to the consensus-based, secure, decentralized public database, which store information immutably over peer-to-peer network. And consensus algorithm means that it is necessary to solve a complicated problem and then to reach the consensus for your solution according to the vast majority of the participants, and then to sign up this solution and accept it as the final element of the chain. So the blockchain is the chain from atomic units that are represented with a document, with a header of a document, with its content, and with a hash code that is generated for this document that is calculated according to all of the previous operations that were already made. And this process takes a lot of processing power. That is why in this big blockchain technology have to be used a lot of powerful computers with their very addressable memory and processing unit for exactly complicated calculations for hashing algorithms. And now it is based also on the proof of work that is provided by the consensus algorithm. The proof of work confirms transaction and produces the new block to chain that is signed. And the central principle behind the proof of work is in the algorithm is to solve the complex mathematical problem. And if we will take a comparison between the centralized element and decentralized element, you can see it on this slide that the centralized element, all of the participants have to negotiate with the central unit or the provider, or in our case it can be a bank, a trustee element that we can rely on when we transfer the data from A to B. But in the decentralized element, there is no such a central unit or a bank where we have to rely on their ability to store and protect the data and to grant that something wrong cannot happen with this data. And in a distributed and decentralized network, all of the participants are equal in this case, and they can actually produce new data here, and this data have to be proven by all of the elements of the network. The blockchain now can be represented as the chain of the actions, that where every action is signed and includes the hash code that proves that all of the previous actions have already been made and nothing have happened before this step. What is the block? As I have already said, the block may contain the block number here, the data that is stored within this block, the previous block hash, the timestamp of the current block, and also the hash code that signify the consistency of this particular block. And what is a hash code in this case? The hash code we can perceive as a function that can produce a very unique number according to the data that is stored within a block. So we can understand it as a simple mathematical function. And now, according to this technology, we can see a lot of monetary elements like Bitcoin and Litecoins, and also it is possible to produce many other solutions according to the blockchain technology that can work in the decentralized environment where we cannot rely on one or another element that can be as a certified solution, and we would like to bring all together, and responsibility for the data contract and for the data consistency should be spread through all of the computers that are participant for this technology. And now you can see that it has its own advantages according to the decentralized concept, and also disadvantages. And one of the disadvantages of the blockchain technology that it requires a lot of computing powers, and the speed still require improvement, because the centralized solution typically works better and faster.